Hello everybody. So in today's video, I found a recipe that I thought sounded super interesting. So we're gonna make a whole orange blender cake. That's what we're doing in today's video. Okay, so I washed my orange. This is just a regular navel orange. I do not have a blender, but I have a puree setting on my food processor. So I'm gonna use my food processor. Hopefully it blends nice enough. So we just want to get the seeds out. Cut this into like 8 wedges. Doesn't look like mine has any. So we're just gonna put these right in. I thought this recipe sounded so cool. Different. You're using the entire orange in this recipe. Okay, so let's blend this up and then we'll add the eggs and the melted butter. Maybe we should add the eggs first so it blends nicer. So 2 eggs. Smells so good. If this doesn't get this pureed enough, like so that there's not big chunks of orange, I'm going to use my little magic bullet thing for smoothies. I actually do not have a blender. I stupidly got rid of it and gave it to someone because I thought that the food processor would be good enough. Okay, let's add the melted butter. This is half a cup of melted butter. Oh my gosh, this smells so good. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to use my little blender. So make sure you make this in a blender, not a food processor. It's not getting quite fine enough. I use this little mixer, this little smoothie blender almost every day. I use it for sauces too. So, I'm gonna need to buy a new blender. That's much better. Okay, so let's mix all the dry ingredients into our mixing bowl. So we need 1 3/4 cups of flour. I've never seen a cake made like this before, so I thought it was super interesting. Someone's at my door. Probably a package. So 1 3/4. And then 1 cup of white granulated sugar. I have my oven preheated to 350. And 1 teaspoon of baking powder. and half a teaspoon of baking soda. And half a teaspoon of salt. This recipe is super easy, but I wanted to try it because I've never tried a recipe like this before. So let's just give that a little stir, mix all that nice. Give this another blend. I think with the orange zest going right into this mixture, I think it's going to be delicious. Okay, and then we're supposed to dump it right in. Very emulsified. Trying to make sure I got it all. And then we're supposed to combine it, but just enough to combine it. We don't want to overmix, it says in the recipe. This smells so good. Let me give you a close-up look on how orange this is. Look at the orange color. It's quite thick. It smells so good. Let me look to see how the batter should be here. I think it should be a little bit, maybe, let me see. I'm just looking to see if it's meant to be this thick. I think it's meant to be a little bit thinner. I feel it probably depends on the juiciness of your orange. I am going to take some orange juice and add just a tiny, tiny bit. You can use fresh squeezed if you like, but I just happen to have some orange juice in the fridge. I only added maybe like that much. I'm not even going to add the whole thing, just to thin out the batter just a little. This smells divine. Oh my God. I think this is going to be delicious. Okay, I think that's perfect. So I only put maybe a tablespoon or two of orange juice in here. Let's spray our pan. I like using cooking spray when I bake. You can use parchment paper too, but I find this works perfectly good. Oh my gosh, this smells so good. I think my family's gonna love this. So I want to make sure I get all of it. And then we're going to bake this in the oven for, it says in the recipe at 350 for 45 to 50 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to put this in the oven. Doesn't that look delicious? You can see the orange chunks. So while that's baking, let's make the glaze that's going to go on top. Okay, so for the glaze, I'm going to do about half a cup of powdered sugar. Then I'm gonna take some heavy cream. This part is not in the recipe. I think it's just a regular vanilla one, but I figured I'd be a little bit more adventurous. So we're gonna do a little bit of heavy cream, probably about a tablespoon. And then I'm gonna take some orange juice. Pour a bit of orange juice in there. So it's gonna be like a glaze. I added the heavy cream for the creaminess of this, to give it like a creamy texture. And then I added the orange juice to give it just a nice little orange flavor to it. You could also use orange extract if you want to. Okay, let's give that a taste. Yeah, it's not bad. Could use a little bit more orange flavor, but it's pretty good. Okay, and we're just going to set this aside until the loaf comes out nice and cooled. So as soon as the loaf comes out of the oven, I will come back and we'll show you this finished product. We'll put the glaze on and we'll cut a piece to see what it looks like on the inside. Okay, so it just came out of the oven. It's nice and golden brown, smells divine. I'm going to let it cool for a couple minutes and then we'll put the glaze on. Okay, so this has been cooling a while. Probably about 10 minutes. It's still quite warm, but we want the glaze to glaze on top of it. Maybe even soak a little bit into it. Hopefully this is thick enough, or thin enough. Let me add just a little bit more orange juice to this. I only added maybe a teaspoon to a tablespoon. I just want to thin it out just a little bit more so it drips nicely. It'll actually give it a little bit more orange flavor too. Okay. I just want to put this on the counter here. There we go. Just in case some of this drips underneath. Alright, so I am just going to pour this nice zigzag pattern. You can make this completely without the glaze too, but I know my family will like it better with the glaze, so. There we go. Okay, I'm going to give that a sec to set, just a little bit, and then we'll cut into it and see what the texture looks like. Okay, so I transferred this onto a plate. I figured that would be better. I probably should have did it on a plate to begin with. Okay, so let's just cut the end off and see the texture. Oh, it kept the color really nice. Let me give you a close-up look. You can see all of the orange zest inside there. The really nice bright orange color, and it's a lot less dense than I was expecting. It actually looks delicious. I'll let you guys know what my family says about it. Just smells so good. You can smell the orange. I'm not going to taste test this one today, guys, but it looks good. I think this recipe was a success. I'm really impressed with the smell. It's very, very potent orange smell, and I think that's because we used the entire peel off the orange. I'll let you guys know what my family says about it, but I think it's a keeper. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.